We're here to talk politics. Let's jump right in. Who here regrets their votes or their non-vote in 2016? Anybody?
Not at all.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Talk about that. Sophia, let's start with you.
I know a lot of people are mad at me because I didn't vote for Trump or Hillary. I thought that my best use of my vote was to make a third party more powerful, because I really think that the gridlock and that we have right now, and that the way that they're just like best friends anyways, and kind of have the same sponsors. So I kind of felt like there needs to be that mixing things up was more important. So yeah, a lot of people will still be mad at me for that, but I still don't regret it.
Well, in my case, I do see the Democratic Party and the Republican Party sort of as frenemies. Mm-hmm. They work together on certain things, and then on other things, they're just at loggerheads. And this cycle and last, I voted based on principles. I want to see somebody who wants to, work for the people instead of work for the people who are paying them. That's always been the rub for me.
What is most important to you this election cycle?
So I think one of the problems with elections in the past is just that because of the two-party system that we have, it's already like narrowed down the choices that we have. And I've always kind of towed the line in the middle because I was raised a fairly conservative Catholic, but on the other hand, like I'm a brown person. So I can't exactly just vote blindly with partisanship because I feel like both parties have disappointed my people. So I think what I'm looking forward to this election is I really hope that the Republicans stop allowing their party to be hijacked by right-wing extremists. And I think that the Democrats need to stop doing things based on tradition and allow newer people with different visions to come in, because I think they've also had their play in blocking out really important candidates.
I might be a different kind of independent, because in the last election, I kind of like both candidates. Most independents hate both candidates. And I had done a thing where I looked up something about Clinton and something about Trump that I liked, and I posted both of it, and then everyone hated me when I posted that. So I like a lot of things about all the candidates that are coming up right now. Yes, they have things that I like and dislike. I'm kind of with you with Kristen Sinema. I'm not sure exactly where she comes in. I'd love to have more information about her. I'd love to meet her somewhere and have a conversation, which is what I try to do with any candidate. Actually meet them, actually see them, see what they're like.
Right. How about Republican Martha McSally in the Senate race? Thoughts on her?
Well, I was going to say is that I'm not sure about Kirsten Sinema. I am sure that I don't like any of the Republicans.
I'm sorry.
For that seat.
Right. Okay.
With McSally, I don't like her stance on immigration and some of the hard line Republican philosophy on that. It's not fully thought out. It's just more of a stance on a soundbite.
Yeah.
And she is very strong in that direction.
She's just regurgitating whatever her backers tell her to say. And I don't buy that at all.
Last question. How has the whole Red for Ed movement that we've seen in Arizona this year affected the way that you think of education or the governor's race in general? Is this sort of the issue for you on that campaign, or does it not matter against everything else that you're considering?
I think it was the Red for Ed movement was just one of many movements of people who were just, honestly, mentally exhausted. There was just, it was insult and attack after attack, not just from the Republican Party, but from the Democrats sort of being spineless in some regard. And I think ultimately people just felt like there's nobody here to fight for me, and now I have to fight for myself. So I think the Red for Ed movement, thank God, was something that was throughout the United States, and I think that's amazing that they've been able to organize. But that was just the cherry on top for me.
Yeah, Ken?
Ron, my feeling is, and I will tell you that I have a real strong bias because I have a daughter that taught for 10 years here in Arizona, in the Phoenix area, and then gave it up because of the problems of the declining funding and making things more difficult and so on. So I don't know that I don't like to say that it's a single issue for the governor's race or anyplace else, but it is a key issue in my mind of something that needs to be solved. And I don't want to take away from the charter schools. I've got nothing against charter schools, but I think we ought to fund that opportunity for the public schools to be there too.